Hey guys, sorry about not uploading for a while, but moving right along. I got your week 4 injury report right here. First up on the list of big names is Ray Rice, who's been listed as questionable with a knee injury. I think that he's going to start, seeing as how he did participate in practice, but I wouldn't start him, seeing as how he's facing Pittsburgh's stifling defense. So I'd say he's starting, but leave him on your bench. Just to be safe. Seeing as how, even if he does start, he's probably not going to get a ton of usage anyway. If anything, they'll go to Willis McGahee. Then we have Noshawn Moreno, who has already been listed as out with a hamstring injury. That's pretty definitive. I like that. With the news of that, Lawrence Maroney is going to get the majority of the carries for that team. But on that same token, I don't think that they're going to be running too much. I think that the Denver Broncos have shifted to more of a passing team, seeing as how all of a sudden they have 4 big threat receivers: Eddie Royal, Jabbar Gaffney, Brandon Lloyd, and Demaryius Thomas. So, who saw that one coming? I didn't. Alright, next up on the list is one of the possible candidates for Rookie of the Year, Javid Best, who's been listed as questionable with a turf toe. He'll play. He's Detroit's biggest threat until Matthew Stafford comes back, which he's still listed as out, by the way. So Sean Hill's still getting the start, but still, I would say that he's another one you want to put on your bench, and here's why. Javid Best is known for his explosiveness. All right, you take away that explosiveness, you don't really leave much left, and that's what that turf toe is taking away from him. So I would say don't start Javid Best this week. Although this isn't a sit or start, this is injury report, but I'm just saying. Then we have Steven Jackson, the big threat for the St. Louis Rams, who are finally back to their winning ways. Yay! Anyway, he's been listed as questionable with a groin injury. This one, I actually think that he won't start for this one because I don't know. Something about the words groin injury just makes me as a guy go, no, no, no. He's out. Now, if you have any Colts on your fantasy team, take note because this does not look good. Hold on. Okay, Joseph Adai, knee injury, questionable. Donald Brown, hamstring injury, out. Pierre Garçon, hamstring injury, out. Austin Collie, heel injury, questionable. Anthony Gonzalez, ankle injury, out. There you go. Now, for each of those, Joseph Adai, he'll start, seeing as how they don't have anybody else behind him other than, I think Mike Hart is still on the team, but yeah, they're going to stay with Adai. Brown is out, so no need to worry about that. Garcon is out. Again, no need to worry. And as for Austin Collie, I think he'll start just because. Do you really think that the Colts coaching staff would allow the league's leading receiver and the leader in receptions and the leader in touchdowns to sit? Kind of doubt it. Even though, even if he is down, the Colts still have weapons to spare, okay? Now, if Collie does go out, which would mean that the number 2, Garcon, number 3, Collie, and number 4, Gonzalez would be out, that would mean Blair White would take a serious jump. He's already taken a pretty high leap with Gonzalez and Garcon down. With Collie down, you could expect White to fill Collie's role, which I think that looks pretty impressive right there, wouldn't you say? So there's all you need for the Colts. Then we have Andre Johnson of the Texans. Ankle injury. He's been listed as questionable, even though he did not practice this week. So it's a little bit iffy. I'm going to say he won't start, even though he's going to have even though if he does start, he's going to have a little bit of trouble with Nnamdi Asomugha for the Oakland Raiders. So just keep your eye on him, but for the moment, I'll say no. Then we're going over to the other side of the ball. Oakland's big receiver, Louis Murphy, has been listed as questionable with a collarbone injury. What is it with all these people in questionables? Can nobody in the NFL make up their mind? Anyway, so he's been listed as questionable. I'd say he'll start simply because the matchup is too good. He's going to contribute big, and because of it, he's going to make. Not only is he going to be a good pickup, if you need a quarterback for this week, say you have Tony Romo or Brett Favre on your fantasy team, I would say that now would be a good time to pick up Bruce Gradkowski for the week. I don't think he's going to disappoint this week, so keep your eye on him. And speaking of Oakland receivers, we also have Zach Miller, who has been listed as probable, with a hip injury. He'll play. Don't worry about him. He participated fully in practice. He'll be fine. Next up, Ryan Matthews, probable with an elbow injury. I think that this one is going to be the game where he comes back, but at the same time, I think that he's already lost a lot of work to Mike Tolbert, so don't expect him to have the same amount of carries as he used to. And finally, one last name for the list, Tom Brady. What? That's right, Tom Brady, right shoulder injury. Don't worry, you don't need to run to your waiver wire pool and pick up Brian Hoyer. It's not that bad. He's listed as probable. He participated fully in practice. He should be fine. He'll be ready to go for Monday night. That's another thing. He'll have one more day to get ready. So Monday night for the Dolphins. He'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And I guess I could quickly point out Fred Taylor out with a toe injury. This is huge. This leaves the door wide open for Ben Jarvis Greenells. Pick him up now. All right, I think that's all the big injuries. See you later.